Hello guys and welcome to another MK Mobile Top 10 video, and today we will be focusing on finding out which are the best talents in the game. Actually, this video marks the beginning of a brand new series in which I will be presenting to you different talent sets suitable for different team compositions, and hopefully someday my dream will come true and Warner Brothers will finally add to the game a way for us to switch between talent sets like we can switch between teams. Because let's face it, it is not about the 12 souls that you need to pay to rebuild your talent set, it is the time you have to spend doing so, which can be extremely annoying. And before we start, this video is totally biased and prejudiced, so it is fine if you disagree with it. After all, it is based on my experience with the game and not on some objective numbers like for example the top 10 highest attacks video which I made not long ago. Anyways, without any further ado, let us jump straight into number 10. Coming in at number 10, we have Defender's Bulwark, a defensive talent that is extremely useful in many situations. Basically, you have 75% chance to reflect 50% damage of each hit while stunned, and this is huge. You can use it against popular characters such as Circle of Shadow Lucane, Ravenous Melina, almost any Scorpion, and so on and so on. Long story short, stun is extremely common debuff and having some kind of damage reflection against it will be always useful. However, this talent has one drawback, and this is the reason why I ranked it 10th and not for example 5th or 6th. And this drawback is that in most of the cases you simply don't want to get stunned in the first place. In other words, resisting the stun is always better than reflecting damage after being stunned. Ranking at number 9, we have the OIA tech, another defensive talent that reduces the power drain by 40%. And if you master this talent and use Treacherous Tanya in your team, then you have immunity to power drain. And we all know how many characters have power drain and how annoying it can be, especially if you get power drained and we cannot do any special attacks. So, without any doubts, the OIA tech totally deserves its 9th place on our ranking. Coming in at number 8 is a talent from the offensive section, Precision. Basically, what it does is that it increases the chance for combo enders on your basic attacks by 30% when maxed. And this is quite awesome because even if you're not using combo ender reliant characters such as for instance Marksman Kunjin and Scorch Baraka, you will still need the combo enders. They will never be harmful to you and will always result in more damage dealt to the enemy and more power gained by you. And even if facing Assassin Jade, combo enders are not bad because you can simply avoid using them for the time being. Again, you lose nothing. Coming at number 7, we have a talent that can be found in the first column of the support section. It is called Hawk Stance and it is a true gem. Once maxed, it gives 20% resistance to all debuffs but power drain. Correct me if I'm wrong guys, but I have never ever seen it working against power drain. But even considering that, this talent can be extremely useful in plenty of situations. It can save you against Circle of Shadow Lucane, it can save you from being snared, stunned, set on fire, and so on and so on. However, as it is chance based and the overall chance is not really high, Hawk Stance makes it just on number 7 on our list. Number 6 is actually shared between two talents, and the reason why I couldn't decide which one has an edge is because they can work equally well depending on your team composition and your play style in general. If you tend to use characters who spam special 1, for example any Johnny or MK11 Scorpion, why not, then rapid response is the way to go. When maxed, it increases your special 1 damage by 30%, which is huge. However, if you tend to use teams that spam special 2 more often, then obviously Thunderous Blows should be the number 1 choice. Once maxed, it increases your special 2 damage by 26%, which is I would say in 70% of the cases, enough to finish off your opponent. And the best part about those talents is that they're not chance based. You will always get the damage boost no matter what. Coming in at number 5, we have another stance, but this time a defensive talent, Bear Stance. There isn't much I can say about it. You can see its effect on your character screen and it is there to stay. It is useful in all game modes, and the more hit points you have, the more base hit points you have, the higher the effect of Bear Stance will be. So, long story short, a must-have talent that you need to max even if you don't touch anything else in the defensive talent section. After all, it is one of the first 3 choices you have there, so all you need to max it out are 5 talent points. Coming in at number 4, we have a fan favorite talent, the Bone Shield, or in other words, Shinnok Teachings. One of the most annoying talents in the game that makes sure that as long as you have it, you cannot take any damage whatsoever. By the way, in case you don't know, sometimes you can take advantage of this talent even if your enemy has it. For example, if enemy Circle Shadow Quan Chi gets a Bone Shield, you can quickly cast 2 special ones on him to break his skulls and to make sure that he cannot reflect any damage back on you. After all, the Bone Shield does his job perfectly. No damage is done to its wearer. Anyways, let's check which are our top 3 best talents in MK Mobile. Number 3, guys, gave me nightmares because I couldn't decide for hours which talent to place there. But after all, I had to take a decision, and I finally chose Weak Point Attacks as the talent that should occupy number 3. Let's face it, this is an amazing ability that basically gives you 40% chance to snare the enemy on top of already power draining him. This is simply incredible, and it works amazingly good with characters who have power drain on Special 1, and especially Special 1. And of course, I have to mention Injustice to Raiden here. With weak points attacks maxed, literally nobody can escape him. Once you face him, you will be power drained and snared for good. But after all, in order for this talent to work, you need to have power drain in the first place. So it doesn't work for all characters, and this is the main reason why it didn't rank higher on our list. And the runner-up of the video will be the Revenant. Yes, Revenant won't be first, and now let me explain to you why. It is out of any questions that this talent is extremely useful. It is invaluable in faction wars, against bosses, in towers, in relic hunt, basically everywhere. But this talent has 2 main drawbacks. First one is that it only gives you chance to gain invulnerability, so in other words, it may work, but it may not work. All is up to chance. And the second drawback is, now when we have the Frost Orb and the Living Death, it seems like Revenant is no longer unique. It is not the one and only talent that can turn around matches, and quite honestly, unlike the chance that it gives you to dodge death, those 2 items guarantee it, and that is a huge advantage. You don't suppose you will avoid death, you know you will. So this is why Revenant didn't win today. I simply believe that it is no longer that unique and great as it used to be before the latest updates. And before we reveal the best talent in MK Mobile, here is one honorable mention, a very useful but situational support talent called Spec Ops Tactics. In fact, I used to rely on it for a long time until I recently stopped using it at all. Basically what it does is that teammates who tag in gain 20% increased power generation for 10 seconds, and that's extremely useful for characters with tagging effects such as, for example, Ravenous Melina or Flaming Fist Liu Kang, or basically any other character who tags in. So if you're creating a team that relies only on characters tagging in and out all the time, then this talent will be great for you. However, it simply isn't that great compared to the winner of the episode, or in other words, the best talent in MK Mobile. And coming in at number 1 is the best talent in the game, teamwork. You can find it in the support section, and when mastered it gives 10% power spent on specials and X-rays or fatal blows refunded to each inactive teammate. Guys, I cannot stress this enough. This talent is a total must, regardless of what team you play, but especially if you play X-ray teams or any team that starts with a lot of power. Because having starting power and this talent mastered at the same time means that you can use your special attacks forever and you don't have to use your basic attacks at all. In addition, currently in the LKT tower this talent is a must. It simply adds tons of value in the difficult matches against the bosses. I still remember, by the way, in one of his most recent videos, Tariskai was blaming a guy for being a hacker as he was loading his power bars pretty fast. Well, Star was wrong because this guy simply had teamwork mastered. No hacking, just good knowledge of the talent tree. Okay guys, we just ranked the best talents in MK Mobile. I hope you found the video useful. As usual guys, please let me know about your top 10, which talents you like the most and why. As promised, this video will initiate a series of videos based on different talent trees, as my ultimate goal will be to create a separate video for each different team composition and its appropriate talents. Until then, see you next time guys. Take care.
Perfect.